Okay, so this is the first in a series of short videos I'm going to put up just to try and simplify the financial aid process and give a basic overview of it. So, starting the question, how am I going to pay for college? So I'm going to skip this slide. This just shows different net prices of colleges. I'm going to go over it real quick. But as you can see, University of Michigan, I'm sorry, this is not the net price. This is the sticker price of colleges. This is the price that's on their website. So, University of Michigan is an in-state public institution. It is $25,000, almost $26,000, all in. And then down in the bottom right corner is Harvard, where the net or the sticker price is $57,000. What I want to show everyone, though, through these videos is that these prices don't mean anything. These are just the sticker prices. This is the full tuition, which very, very few students end up paying. I'll show how that works. Okay, so basic overview of paying for college. We have cost of attendance. So those were the numbers you saw before. That's the sticker price, the prices on the website. And then you need to fill out your FAFSA. I'm sure you've heard of this. This is the free application for federal student aid form. And that's just a bunch of financial information. And then that will give you the expected family contribution. This is a number. The expected family contribution is a number that the federal government and the institution, the college, gets that shows sort of how much the family will be able to contribute. So this is a very important number that we have to get a handle on. Okay. And then just to give you a sense of expected family contribution, for a family that has a couple kids and makes $30,000 a year, their expected family contribution will be zero. So they'll get a lot more federal and institutional aid. And for a family income that is $100,000 with a couple of kids, their expected family contribution would be about $16,000. So they would get less in federal, state, and institutional aid. So going back to this, paying for college, we have the cost of attendance. You fill out the FAFSA, and then you get this number, your expected family contribution, and that will lead to your financial need. Then the federal government and the institutions, they know how much money you need. They may not always do the best job of getting you all that money, but they know how much you need. And then that qualifies you, that financial need qualifies you for three different types of aid. So the first is grants, and I put grants/work. Grants are the best kind, because that's just scholarships, and other grants that's free money. That's money you don't have to pay back. And then the work is mostly in the form of work study. And work study, we'll go into that, is federally subsidized wages for an on-campus job. And then there's private scholarships. So these are the ones that students apply for, that different organizations, corporations, and individuals give out. And these are ones that they apply for. They're different from grants, because grants are ones that the college will just give you based on your merit or based on your need. And then there's loans, and we'll go through the good and the bad kinds of loans. And then finally, after all that, some colleges will still leave a gap, and we'll talk about that as well. But that's the basic overview. You have the cost of attendance, you fill out the FAFSA to give the federal government and the institutions a sense of the family's expected family contribution. That will then give your financial need, which will be filled in by all these different forms. One key point to leave you with is that if you don't fill out the FAFSA, the federal government will have no idea what your financial need is. So if you don't fill out your FAFSA, you basically don't get any aid. You don't get any aid if you don't fill out the FAFSA. They think that you have no financial need. All right, in the next video we'll get into some details and talk about specific schools as well.